Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday, and welcome back to D&V Investigations, where we have a little less deep, but a whole lot of balls. I'm your host, Vicky, and oh my goodness, was it a week? Can't hear anything yet. Can you hear me now? Will, can you hear me now? Please say yes. All right, hello. I'm assuming since you haven't come back and said you can't, we're all good. Oh, what a week. We had, oh gosh, Hassan, apparently. I told you guys last week that he was waving his little gun around. That he actually violated California law doing so, which is always interesting. They're still doing nothing and malding about the lawsuit from Ethan Klein. Ethan, our Comicsgate's Ethan, launched his new Heather Swain signups, not the actual campaign, but signups. And man, was he begging hard for those. We're going to get into that. I got a clip. We're also going to talk about Miss KatyDid, who decided that I don't know, she is the moral authority of new CG. She can do no wrong, and apparently Comicsgate is whatever she says it is, even as she's cutting up somebody's comic on stream. Found something else a little interesting about Miss Katy as well. Seems I'll get to that. I don't want to blow my wad too soon. And of course, we have Mandy and Dale, Comicsgate super couple, I guess you would call them. I wouldn't. I don't find Mandy to be super in any way, shape, or form. But we're going to go on a little trip down memory lane because, boys and girls, I found one of the greatest relics of the 2020 Thought Wars. Yes, people, I found Black Daddy's meme of Mandy's ass. Boy, have I been looking for that thing off and on for the last 4 months. I even DM'd Black Daddy to ask if he still had it, and unfortunately he did not. But I did find it. I did indeed. So, yes, I will be vivisecting Comicsgate because that is what I do. I find great joy in it. I know some people think I have no life because I stream once a week about Comicsgate, and Twitter takes up just so much time. Why do people think it takes so long to read your notifications and reply? Like, I do this shit on my smoke break and I still keep up. And yes, Edwin, definitely. Dale needs an intervention. No. I should certainly fucking hope not. I hope not. The copyrighted maybe, but definitely not trademarked. So, we're going to start off tonight with the dumpster fire round. It's going to be a little bit different than last week because I actually have visuals this time. I spent a lot of time prepping today between screenshots and videos, and the video that I rendered and the audio was all way fucking off because I deleted something I shouldn't have, like 40 minutes earlier, and I didn't know, and fortunately I saved as a copy. And oh Lord, you have no idea what I do for you people. I am going to warn you, though. I chose not to help or in any way, shape, or form compress, correct, or do anything to the audio of the Mandy stream that I cut into 2 videos, by the way. I sliced it so that I can tell you 2 different things about it, right? But because after having to listen to her as long as I did to edit those videos, especially after I fucked that one up, you guys have to listen to her too. Sorry, but I refuse to be the only one punished in that way. Okay? So first off, in the dumpster fire round, we have Ethan fighting with the knife school. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that Ethan and his puppet boy have broken up. These are leaked DMs from both the knife school and Vito. I shoved them together in the way I think they went versus the way they were posted. So I guess they had a little bit of a bump up in the Clipiverse green room. And I can't imagine, God, what a hellhole that must fucking be, right? And Ethan, of course, says he doesn't care about the Beagle charity, and beagles are this dude's thing, man. Beagle rescue. He's got like old beagles, young beagles. That's beagles to knife school are what frogs are to Ethan. And if anybody remembers when Smillard shoved that video of the frog being boiled at Ethan and the overreaction we got. So during the dust up, Knife School made a crack about Ethan's Parkinson's. Ethan, of course, makes a crack about throwing beagles into a meat grinder, because of course he did. And then the Knife School guy just writes complete fucking novels all over Twitter about it, which I'm not even going to read. You guys can go find it. You can pause this stream if you want to read it for yourselves. But damn. And then on Ethan's last stream, somebody in the comments in the chat asks him about it, and he doesn't want to talk about it. He is so fucking scared of Puppet Man. He's scared of the fucking Puppet Man, people. He ain't gonna say shit because he knows how many people go to his streams just for the fucking puppets. Just for the puppets. It's one of the first things they are ever asking about in the chat is the goddamn puppets. And that dude, he came over from the fucking sector. He sort of slid in with the sector, even though I don't think he is sector. I'm pretty sure he's not. But he slid in with all those fucks. All the sector guys would go with him and suddenly become anti-Ethan. We all know how it works, don't we? Like, we just know he can't afford to lose any more audience because he's got signups going right now for that new fucking Heather Swain book. And of course, Shane Davis. Shane, finally, he's inches. I took this screenshot, maybe half an hour ago, maybe a little more. He is almost at $88,000, people. 1 day left of his 30-day campaign, which of course is going to be stretched to 60. Don't worry, you got another 30 fucking days. You do. You do. While over on Ripasend, Gary's book has already had a total of $95,000 in sales. Now remember, Shane's total also includes shipping and everything else, and Gary's does not. I realize we are comparing apples and oranges in a way because Gary is writing a novel, but honestly, how many people fucking read anything? Let's face it, the Comicsgate audience, they ain't reading the fucking comic books. We know half of Gary's audience ain't gonna read his book. It's all just channel merch. We understand. But congratulations, Nerdrotic, on kicking Shane Davis's ass in a little over 24 hours. Then Now we move on to the Great Potato Caper. Ethan posted this page. I broke it into thirds for you guys on his Twitter. This is by that's Sven Stoffels, Comicsgate's favorite anti-Semite. And so here is the top of the page. We get to the next panel, and somewhere the potatoes went fucking missing. Then we get to the third panel, and we still have no fucking potatoes. And Ethan's putting this shit up on Twitter, bragging about it. This is so awesome. This is so fucking great. Well, Ethan, why can you not edit? Why can you not act as an editor? You had to be told on fucking Twitter that the potatoes were fucking missing, bruh. And the cope from some of these Comicsgaters. I heard one guy, and I shit you not, said, well, there's not enough room on the counter to draw the potatoes from the other angle. And of course, Ethan's excuse he gives this is beautiful. It's hand-drawn, not AI and not 3D artifacts. And it's really hard to draw everything 100% consistently from panel to panel when you're a human being. But that's what art is. Now, of course, you all know he ain't going to carry that attitude over to anybody else. It only applies to Ethan because, as we all know, Ethan is perfect. And when Ethan makes mistakes, we should all forgive him because he's perfect. And it doesn't matter if he's a fucking hypocrite. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if, he decides to follow the Ripper business model. And I don't know, man. These people. But another one of these people is this lovely, God, is she even really blonde, people? She wears a fucking wig. The last time I saw her hair on a video, it was some gross out blue color, looked kind of like seaweed. And let me just say, I gotta get this out. You know, people have been giving me shit over my hairline for I don't know how long. And I gotta tell you, people, both KatyDid and Mandy got me beat. Got me fucking beat. But here is even more drama from Richard Embry. Of course, KatyDid waited 2 weeks to bring it back up on her live stream. Of course.
I asked you guys, I said, what do you want me to do with, hold on, this? I got several copies. So I got 2 copies of this. And 2 copies, I believe, of the issue number 2. And y'all have chose to snip. So that is what I'll do. And the rest I'm going to burn. Maybe I'll make a video of it. I know people are going to be like, oh, she's burning books. Oh, this isn't supporting indie comics. Oh, she's just hurting indie comics. No, what hurts indie comics is people who take advantage of your kindness and your friendship, and you go out of your way to promote them and defend them and be their friend and be there when they need you, and then to find out that they'd rather go hang out with a bunch of pieces of shit.
The vitriol and the venom, I must say, is almost on par with my own, but it's aimed at such a weird direction, right? Normally, you guys, I would put this and present it all pretty in a little frame like we're all watching television, but I wanted you to actually see her fucking face. Like, how absolutely angry this bitch is over a guy who didn't want to be in Comicsgate because his wife didn't want him streaming with people who do piss porn on OnlyFans. And she's angry. Still, this is, like I said, this is 2 weeks after BA had, God, that BA Turner had done his video. Sorry, that's the one she's e-fapping here. And what, like at least 4 or 5 weeks since Richard did the John's Long Box stream, and she's still this fucking pissed.
So my children will not be reading these books. I refuse to give my kids these books to a man that literally treated their mother like absolute garbage. So, but I think BA explains it better.
She's very articulate, by the way.
Bye.
Yeah, that's a topic. I saw some of the stream with John tonight. I missed out on a good chunk of it, so I'm not going to do too much, or really any commentary on it, but I'll just say we'll see how it pans out for him. I just don't think it was the best way to handle it. I think, again, you can easily just step away, leave group chats.
Because when I give these books to my...
He literally tried to just leave the group chats. Richard literally just left the group chats, and that's what they all started bitching about. That's what KatyDid and Tony got angry over, was he left the group chats. Oh, you can just leave the group chats. You don't have to do anything. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to these people. They started going after him, so he went on John's Longbox and talked about the whole fucking thing, like a normal person might, after you've already been disparaged by a bunch of purity testing assholes.
Kids, I want to tell them about the person who wrote them, the person behind the art. I want to share really good stories and tell them how amazing these people are. The struggle they did to get their story out there and for their dreams to come true, and putting out a comic book and putting out a story. And I just can't. So, we'll see. Anyway.
I like her almost crying as well. That was a nice touch, because she's talking about her kids. You can give your kids adult comic books. These aren't comics for kids. You're going to wait a fucking decade? You think in a decade anybody's going to care that the guy didn't want to be on your live streams because you're friendly with a chick who does piss porn? Is that what you'd have to explain to your kids, really? That's the problem, isn't it, KatyDid? You would have to explain to your kids why the guy left Comicsgate, and it's because you were streaming with some bitch that did piss porn.
CG Green Room. I'm in there as well. And, he left, and, most people were just like, that's strange. Or some of them didn't know really who he was. And they're just like, who was that? And, it was funny because, Katie.
Yeah, because I don't sleep as I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just hard to explain. Like these books I cherish a lot, and these will be passed on to my children. They'll be worth, so a lot of these books will be worth a lot for them as they get to my age. I just can't do it.
It was funny because, Katie basically covered for him and was just like, oh, he just, kind of wanted to step back and then people just moved on. Like,
they didn't move on. Nobody fucking moved on. If they had moved on, Katie wouldn't still be streaming about it 5 fucking weeks later. Nobody moved on. And why was Katie making excuses for some guy leaving a green room? She was making excuses for him? Why? What the fuck is that? I don't understand. As a woman, I don't understand. Maybe it's because I'm just... maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know.
It wasn't a thing at all. But then, he left. like group after group after group, and then other people ended up questioning it, and then it led to people commenting on, Katy's live stream about it, and I mean at that point, there's a lot of people talking about it, but I certainly didn't expect him to start commingling with war campaign people, JDA, Smiller, people of that nature. People that.
I will say, I get, yes, but here's the thing though, my kids have seen this book. Yeah,
I'll let
my
this
kids
part
are not
go.
aware it exists, because they're still too young, they're still little. First up, Derek, I don't
Apparently, she's better than Smiller, even though she's destroying a book, because her kids don't know about it. And Smiller's child was crying because his daddy was burning his book. Well, it wasn't his book. Like, it wasn't the kid's book. And I think, I believe that the child is autistic. And to some extent, I don't know how autistic the kid is, but I'm pretty sure that after all of these years, Smiller knows how to handle his child.
recognize Siege anymore, not just new faces, but we seem to be eating ourselves alive. It's not about just making good books anymore. So it is about making good books. Honestly, I've been hearing that I don't recognize CG. This isn't CG. Here's the thing. Things are going to change. A movement is never going to be the same. As time goes on, things will change. People come and go, and that's just how it is. I know for me, I am keeping the movement true to the truth because I believe in the movement. I believe what Comicsgate stands for.
I want KatyDid to tell me what Comicsgate stands for. I have never heard her articulate it. Has anybody heard KatyDid articulate what Comicsgate means to her? Is Comicsgate to KatyDid just promoting books? Because that's never what Comicsgate was. It's not how it started. It's not how a lot of people who left Comicsgate feel Comicsgate is now. For certain. We all, most of us, seem to remember complaints about late books, complaints about people being hired that weren't qualified for their jobs. I seem to remember a lot of anger about the Me Too movement, a lot of anger about SJWs, but mostly what Comicsgate was about respecting the fucking customer. That's all. And even once it became a marketing scheme at the beginning, it was still about respect, was the lip service was paid to respecting the customer, letting the customer make their choices, trying to make the customer happy with your product, and guessing what it was that they wanted because nobody really knew. But I don't see much respect now. KatyDid supports a man who has 7 outstanding campaigns. Like, she worships him, practically. If Ethan told her to jump, she'd ask him how fucking high. And she'd be trying to hit the ceiling and shit.
And nobody's going to change my mind about that. And I'm going to continue to be a supporter till the day I die. So I'm sorry that that's how you feel, Derek, but I wish you would open your eyes a little more and take a look at like great people like Elliot Rodriguez in here, the people we had on panel. There's a lot of great people here in Comicsgate that are doing the work and talking about comics, making comics. They're here. It's just people have selective seeing. You know how we hear of the selective hearing? Well, there's something called selective seeing. People only want to see what they want to see. They don't want to go out of the way to look and see what's really going on in Comicsgate. Because if you really did, you'd be surprised how many great streams and channels and people here that love comics. So, there you
Love comics. Katy wasn't into comics. Shit. At least Sheila Aliens admitted that she didn't read comics when she first came into Comicsgate and started doing all of her Sheila Alien shit. Katy can't. Not really. She pretends. For her, Comicsgate is all the people she has surrounded herself with. And the people she thinks she has influence with because she's close to Ethan. And the people she can, well, the ex-Comicsgaters, she can now berate.
Here we go.
People that have tried to run your name through the mud, and it's just like, it just, I think he's being used. Just like people, anytime
My
they
new
leave
word.
the group or get vocal, they get used and then disposed. So it might feel fulfilling for a brief moment. You might get some backers initially, but I don't think any of these people are actually care about you or want you to succeed or give a shit about whether you succeed. But I do know myself and others that have and will continue to.
I did cut a lot out of this stream. So right here where she starts fucking with the book, she was doing that a lot. She's just mean mugging the fucking camera as she waves the book around and shit.
Support you, did and do. So I guess I'll just kind of leave it at that. We'll see how the chips fall.
And I want
It's like total psycho killer vibes.
these out of my house. So, honestly, that can go. All this unicorn that we defended you on all the time when Butt Sauce and the Swamp were making fun of you. Oh, you remember, Matt Barr was making fun of your unicorn and you said he's not war campaign? Yeah, that too. Oh, and remember the time when Tony and I would, defend you against these assholes and we supported you? Not only just me and him, but a lot of people like BA and others that went out of their way and backed your campaign several times and also promoted you.
Backed it several times. Oh my gosh, that particular week must have had the good flavor.
That can go as well. Okay, I don't even want to read it. Stretch it. I'm going to break it. I am done. So this is going to be I'm going to make a video of burning the rest, including the shirts, unless somebody wants the shirts. I don't want these books in my house. I want them gone. I don't want my children reading them because I don't want to have to tell them that the writer, oh yeah, he's great, he's good, he's really, really nice. No, because the writer rather go to Short Arm Stream and laugh as they sit there and drag me and my family through the mud. So guess what? You can go fuck yourself. Now, I'm so glad that you're able to continue promoting your book, and you're welcome to join any Siege Comicsgate Dreams here streams if they want you on to promote. If the Commandos want you on to promote, if such and such in Comicsgate wants to promote you, go for it. I will never hold it against them. But when it comes to my channel, you're not allowed here, and people like you will never be on my channel. So fuck you and the horse you fucking rode on. I am so glad my children will never have to gaze upon these books ever again.
Yeah. Thanks, Katy. Imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. Oh my gosh. That's one angry bitch. Like, one really angry bitch. I don't know if it's because the 15th is nearly upon us and she's about to lose monetization. I don't know. I guess she'll have to, pump up her members only and stuff, but that could be a problem for Katy as well, because this bit Oh, I'm gonna have to remove this from the stage, huh? It won't let me in. This bit caught my attention when I was editing the video. Don't worry, it's super short, but then we're gonna get into it.
Let me pull this up. So the first thing I am going to talk about is something that BA shared. Now, this is going to be a clip that's only for members only. I was meaning to post this on a couple weeks back, and I just never got around to it. And I found out, I'm like, oh, that's right, I need to put this up. So this is going to be for members only. So you guys will see it. And if you do want to see it again, or you missed parts of it, you can become a member of the channel.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. So, all right, let's bring it up. Y'all hear from some good stuff.
So what I did was I spent $3 and I joined Katie's channel. And people, she has clips of other people's streams behind a paywall. She has 40 minutes of Yellow Flash's launch stream behind a paywall. And it's not like she can say, well, 40 minutes isn't too long, because that's exactly how long Matt Barr's stream was that she got popped for. The one she didn't take down just because Matt Barr is an asshole. Katie, this is highly illegal and against terms of service. One of the prongs of copyright, bitch, is that you're making money off of it and you put it behind your fucking paywall like a dumb cunt. What the fuck? And honey, I would say, if you're not adding content to your members only section, which she hasn't done for almost a month and a half, then you're kind of committing fraud if you're not giving them members only content that you're promising. But that pales in fucking comparison. She's got another 30 minutes of this Schizo Sean TV shares his thoughts on the Rippaverse something or other. You can't do that, Katie. I am just so looking forward to watching you lose monetization if you don't stop clipping channels. Because this shit is just theft. Theft. Fuck Katie's dad being a goddamn nudist. You're a fucking thief, bitch. A thief. I mean, that's just beyond. Do your stupid little clips, put them out on public, have your clip channel that's not going to be monetized. But fuck, members only. That's just too fucking much. Too fucking much. Next, I'm going to talk about Ethan and his launch stream. Then I'm going to be talking about Mandy. Don't worry, we're getting to Mandy. And also, I do have some DMs from Dale to PTP that I will be showing after the Mandy video. Maybe between. I haven't quite decided on the order of that yet. I know. But it does kind of blow their narrative out of the fucking water. But let's start with Ethan. Oops, that was not Ethan. I'm sorry. That was the wrong one. I can't see down there. Yeah, it's behind. Anyway, give me just 1 second here and get the right one up. There we go.
For Cyberfrog, this is going to be kind of like my other Cyberfrog campaigns, where it's like there's the main book and then there's Salamandroid Death Sting. You know what I mean? There are two books in one campaign, really. One big book and then one kind of smaller, regular size book. And I was trying to figure out how to launch these because Frog Meets World is 4 issues and they're going to come out quarterly. And I was like, do I launch all 4 of those together in one campaign? Are they all separate campaigns? And I figured rather than launch like 5 or 6 different campaigns this year, let's just kind of match them up a little bit this way and see how it goes. Okay, now as I'm talking, I want you to go to the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Go over there. This is the sign up sheet. This is the sign up page to be on the mailing list to back Cyberfrog, Frog Meets World #1, and or hopefully 1993, The Diary of Heather Swain, drawn by Stefani Renee. Frog Meets World, drawn by artist Ben Herrera from Marvel Comics. We got some pretty good artists on this. 2 new Cyberfrog Universe titles for all caps, written by me, but also there's art by me in both books. Okay, so there is some art. I did the covers, and also I did some interior pages as well that'll sort of, connect everything to the main book that's going on, which is really important.
I saw something earlier on Twitter by Geeky Borders. Apparently Dan Lawless did 30% of one of these books and isn't credited on the cover. Good going, Ethan.
All of this is Cyberfrog Universe material that's going to add context to the ongoing series. But it's not drawn entirely by me. It's drawn by artists who can move faster, because the idea is, let's get books out quicker. Let's do more material. Let's get more Cyberfrog books out there while I'm working on the big movie books, as it were.
Imagine Ethan just realizing that Rippaverse actually has the right idea. That Eric July has the right idea of pumping out books on a regular fucking basis. Hello. Now, I am not sure. That's a lot of people for Ethan to be hiring to do shit. A lot of people doing a lot of pages for, I would assume, a good paycheck, when he didn't need to do it, because all he had to do was draw his own fucking books instead of YouTube. Why, hello, Clickety Cat. How are you this evening? And you're late, but we haven't gotten to the Mandy stuff yet, so you're good.
I want to check my email addresses here and see how we're doing. How many do we have? Whoa, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I have a certain number of email addresses that we need to get on the Cyberfrog Meets World sign-up page before it's pretty clear, like it's likely that we'll get to 6 figures. So I have a number in my head. I've been doing this for a long time, okay? So a challenge has been put to me by Edwin Boyette, by Mike S. Miller, by Student of God, whoever hailed the lore, whoever these faggots are that are sitting there like, look, Comicsgate's dying. A challenge has been put to me that we can't get to 6 figures anymore, guys. Now, I know that we can, okay? It just takes careful planning. It takes an appealing project. And also along the way, it takes certain types of gauging. You've got to go.
Cyberfrog Bratz dolls. It takes a certain kind of gauging and knowing your audience, and what Ethan's audience of mostly old, mostly fat, mostly almost to the end of middle-aged men want is Bratz dolls.
Okay, so what is the average? Here's some tips for people listening. What do my customers on average spend on one of my campaigns? Okay, so that's the average of what they spend. If I'm trying to get to
I wonder if he counted that $5,000 CG Master Racer in that calculation.
100,000, how many signups do I need? Now, signups to me are pretty close to assured backers. Pretty close to. They might not back on the first day, but we'll give them motivation to back on the first day. Pretty close to assured backers, because they're going to get the poster and the trading card. So how many backers do we need in order to, calculate the average of what customers usually spend, give them, the campaign's going to have enough rocket fuel to get them there? 100,000. That's what we need to do. We have 709 addresses collected. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'd love to get to 1,000. That's the magic number. At 1,000 addresses and 1,000 customers, that's $100,000 if everybody backs the average. roughly. That's so. If you have not signed up yet and you are planning on backing Cyberfrog Meets World 1993 Heather Swain, amazing, 709 signers so far, and I hope you all back. Well, I'm going to convince you to back, but get in there and support this campaign right now by signing up for it. Get your poster, get your trading card. People who complain about Comicsgate no longer being a consumer movement, well, you're stupid. The consumers have already decided. The consumers are making decisions every day. Consumers could decide we don't want to back Cyberfrog we don't want to back Heather Swain 1993 or Cyberfrog Frog Meets World.
And he's terrified that that is going to happen. He, aside from obviously fapping like a 2-year-old PTP video last night, which was just so incredibly sad because he had to do his defending Comicsgate from the evils of PTP who tried to walk away. Like, all the dude did was try to walk the fuck away. And and Ethan is still mauling over it, right? But he is so scared that he's not going to make the money he needs for this campaign. Now remember, he has to pay at least 4 people, at least 4 for this campaign. Plus, plus taxes, plus fulfillment costs.
It's the consumer speaking, or they can decide that they do. You guys don't respect the consumers unless they're like hating on the people that you hate and ignoring the people that you I love the consumers. I love them because mostly they do. I don't think I've been disappointed once. I think my campaigns have always raised like what I'm estimating that, like, I prepared this campaign to raise 100,000. I think it's going to do it.
He has this total ass backwards idea of what loving the consumer is, right? He loves the consumer that backs his shit. That's it. Beyond that, he doesn't give a flying fuck about his backers or the people that give him money, the people that are members on his fucking channel. He doesn't care about them, because if he cared about them, he would finish his fucking books. He wouldn't have 7 late fucking crowdfunds. Do you know how many people in this stream were complaining that they hadn't received their members only trading cards yet? For last month. Still hadn't gotten their trading cards that they pay him monthly for. But he loves the consumer. No, you love the money that they give you. That is completely a different thing.
I do. I've never been disappointed. And also, I really admire the way the consumers are walking away from Rippaverse.
I admire the way that consumers are walking away from Comicsgate, personally.
When they were backing Rippaverse, I had to just doff my hat to them.
No, you
guys,
didn't.
You're excited about what Eric July is saying, even though it's bullshit. Respect.
How many times did he slam Eric July's fans for being fans of Eric July? He offered them respect because they were going for and backing the guy that they wanted to back and giving the guy they wanted to give money to money? Really?
You guys are backing Eric July, okay? If I want those kind of numbers, I got to do better. I got to get my work out quicker. I got to produce better work faster. Okay, I got to get you interested and excited in my IPs. Are those speed lines coming off the eyes to show how fast Trick is moving? Looks great. I'm backing at least twice day 1. Yes, thank you, David L. Let me find out where we're at right now. We're looking for 1,000 emails, and refresh and just see that we are now at 843 emails. 843. If you haven't signed up yet for Cyberfrog and Cyberfrog Frog Meets World and Heather Swain, the Diary of Heather Swain 1993, make a mental commitment right now, say, you know what, this Friday, this weekend, I'm going to take my paycheck. I'm going to back Cyberfrog, Frog Meets World, and I'm going to back Heather Swain, 1993. I'll get a calendar. I'll get the folder. I'll get the trading cards.
Though I must say, I do want to thank him for EFAPing this particular video because we're all able to look at PTP's lovely wife while Ethan talks.
I'll get the Under Pantaclaws card set. Make a plan to do that, okay? And put some money aside in your mind, and then sign up on the mailing list page. Because once you do that, included with your order will be a free poster and an extra exclusive Heather Swain trading card, which will probably be worth a little bit of money, okay? Because this is your limited opportunity to get them. So sign up right now and let's make a plan. Our plan this weekend is to hit 6 figures.
Ethan's last calendar was late, just like that Star Wars girl's last calendar. And every time he says something is a campaign exclusive, you can be damn fucking sure he's going to be selling it on his eBay. Because he does it every goddamn time. He's been doing it since the Salamandroid cover for Cyberfrog 1. Nothing ever remains a campaign exclusive.
Not in 3 months, in 1 weekend, maybe in 1 day if possible. The mailing list, not the mailing list, the mailing list. All right, let me see here. Yeah, 6 figures 1 day, if possible. We used to be able to do that, and they're making fun of us because they don't think we can do that anymore. Folks, Comicsgate, when motivated, can do anything.
This desperation is
especially on a Cyberfrog comic
ballsy.
book. 2 of them in
just to
day.
show how desperate he
And
is.
you know what? Us being over at Big Bad Toy Store with our toys, I mean...
Yeah, it's been great, I'm sure.
All right, so that attitude from Ethan about Big Bad Toy Stores, that's where Ethan sold off a bunch of his Cyberfrog figures. And he wholesaled them out to this Big Bad Toy guy. And if you go look at Ethan's eBay right now, he's still, or at least he was up until 4 hours ago, he was still running his 4th of July special, and he puts all of those action figures on sale and undercuts this guy on a regular fucking basis. So I'm guessing that attitude from Ethan is because that guy probably just doesn't want to do business with him anymore. It's another guy that just told him to fuck off.
Everybody, thank you so much. We got 917 people who signed up, but still not all of you have yet. Let's do a quick commercial here, okay? Here's the situation that we're in right now. It's 2025, and we're halfway through it. And Comicsgate has not yet produced, within this calendar year, starting this year, it's been brought to our attention. Comicsgate has not yet produced a $100,000 campaign, which is unusual for us because the Comicsgate Kings usually will. So all the Comicsgate Kings usually will produce $100,000 campaigns, but we just haven't had that many of them. Shane Davis is really close with Anatomic. I think he's at 85 or 86,000 right now. But our critics are going, it's the end of Comicsgate. They've been saying this for 8 years. You can go back to 2018 and they were saying Comicsgate is dead. They'll always say that.
Yeah. Who was saying that in 2018 that Comicsgate was dead? Oh, yeah. Back in 2018, that was Ethan Van Sciver. He always tells on himself, man. He always fucking tells on himself. And there is no way he is not terrified of these books. The only thing that is a saving grace for him this time around is that Sven Staffel's book isn't going to be sold yet. It's the first edition who's done by somebody else, and Staffel's is doing the second and the third one. Yes. Hello, Matthew Fowler. That was back when he called CG a heavy poop coat. Yep. That was not, that's probably around 6 months off from his video about how conservatives weren't blacklisted in comics and he wasn't blacklisted. Yeah. If Comicsgate hasn't put out an actual campaign that makes real money, how can you call it still a success? That was really bad grammar. I know. I know, Ethan, usually what happens and has happened historically with Comicsgate is the big numbers that really prop up Comicsgate have come from Ethan and, believe it or not, from Richard C. Meyer. Mostly because Richard C. Meyer would just shit out a lot of campaigns. Not because they were necessarily huge campaigns, but he was doing quite a few over the course of a year. Ethan was doing at least one big campaign a year, and that's gone because it has to be gone. Instead, he's doing all these smaller campaigns for toys, tchotchkes, apparel, and it's not gonna bring in the kind of brag numbers he needs. It just won't. The only way he can say Comicsgate is a success is by bragging about how much money Comicsgate is making, and it's just not doing it at all. Yeah, that trash cast did not go very well at all for him. I'm sure he came pretty close to his 1,000 signups, maybe, but there's no guarantee that those people are actually going to be backing. I sign up for campaigns all the time just so I can check out and see what they're doing as far as like their secret perks and stuff like that, what they're charging. I used to do it so I could keep track of like how many backers they got on a secret perk in the first 24 hours before they closed it, so that the numbers made more sense when you look at it, and I knew what people were actually buying, because that's what it is. That's where they a lot of people say that they're faking their numbers or they're reinvesting, and how do they have like $20,000 more on the total and it doesn't add up to the total backers on the visible perks, and it's all these secret perks. And that was really kind of wonky, and I apologize. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go right into Mandy and Dale.
I don't do drama. What's up, you
Whoa! All right, it's time for ballers. Come on.
It's not baller sale.
Oh, shit, really?
We're a baller short.
I better put away the vodka.
Yeah, put the vodka away. But yes, you guys, we are here. So a lot has been going on. So Dale and I decided we were going to do a stream and kind of talk about it. So Dale did a video today, kind of going over it a little bit. So yes, Dale did a video today. We're going to watch that. We are going to discuss a couple of things that have been going on.
Right.
And yeah, it should be interesting. I'm like a nobody hanging out with Dale Keown. This is the best fucking job like ever, right? But there are people that are like trying to destroy that. So that is our mission statement over here, is we are going to bring the fun. But before we can start that, we have to discuss some shit that Dale and I find to be not so fun, but it does have to be discussed. All right.
So it does not need to be discussed. This is the thing that really gets me, right? None of this drama shit needs to be acknowledged by any of these people at all. Dale didn't need to release some statement. They didn't need to do a fucking drama. So I'm sorry, they did need to do a drama stream, because without the drama stream, you can't have the big announcement, right? But you don't have to address anything that anybody says about you at all.
So you guys, I am going to start off with this. I think this is a good place to start. As some of you know, there has been yet another hit piece has come out.
Now, did my video come out first? Or was it around the same time?
I think it was right around the same time, actually. I
Because
think
I wanted to get it out before they got their video.
That's funny, because Elasmat had put up his video, then he took down the video so that he could fix the video, and then he put it back up. And between the original going up, so they already knew what they were up against, right? They knew what the video was pretty much going to be. So they decided to go ahead and do the little Dale video that would release right after Elasmat's, and then they'd hop on the stream real quick. This bitch just got home from the doctor because she's still got the bandage on her arm from the phlebotomist. That's how big a hurry these people were. Like, oh my God, Elasmat dropped his video. It's time. And between her shit audio and his shit lighting, I had a really, really tough time looking and listening to all of this shit in the time that it took me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's a video filled with misinformation. That is basically what it is.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody who could not possibly have any of this information because they haven't been there. They were not in the back room when the omnibus happened. They were not around for any of the things that have happened.
Yeah, many details are missing. I mean, I would venture to say they're missing all the details.
Yeah, well, they don't have any details, but you know what they're being told, and they're only being told from one person. So you know, it is what it is. But we are going to talk about this video, so let me go on and pull it up. We will start off there. I think this is a really good starting point. And here we go, you guys. So we're going to start off with this, and then we will discuss it. Okay?
Just the reason I set it up this way is so you could actually watch, just like with fucking Katie, just watch Mandy's face and the faces that she makes through this video.
Now, first of all, let me just give you a brief history of who I am. My name is Dale Keown. I've been drawing comic books since 1986. That's right, 1986. Next year, I will have been in the industry drawing comic books for 40 years. And I started in the trenches. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I liked to draw. And it was fun because there's a bunch of guys together. We were ordering pizzas, watching movies, drawing comic books. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful environment. And because it was so wonderful, I got better and better at it. And eventually I got hired by Marvel and I did the Hulk. And then I got better and better. And then of course Image happened. And I created a character called PITT. Now that character was considered in Hollywood as a marquee property, which is exactly what you think it is. So I was negotiating with DreamWorks and Icon and Warner Brothers and of course Hasbro because they were going to do an action figure. And I've been part of those negotiations, and then, like, that was years ago. So I've been doing that. I'm not some babe in the woods who can be controlled. I can't be controlled. They can't do it. Nobody can do it. I do what I want. I've always done what I want. Dale does what Dale wants. Nobody controls me, and it's a fucking huge insult to me that you say that. So fuck you. Controlled. Fuck that. And in regards to the PITT omnibus, And people saying that Mandy, all this
Shut
time they
up.
were telling me who to work with. Don't work with this. Don't work with that person. She's never done that ever. And now, you know, when I came to Comicsgate, I probably made a lot of decisions I shouldn't have too quickly. I should have learned the lay of the land first and taken my time. I made mistakes, and I've apologized to people for that. I feel horrible about it. But at the same time, these same people did some pretty shitty things after. Really shitty things that were completely uncalled for. And as far as Mandy and the omnibus, that has never been a thing. We've never talked about it ever. Even if I said, please, Mandy, do it, she'd probably say no, or at least because it's a hot potato and it's the fucking temperature of magma. Like, she does not want that.
Notice he says, if we talked about it, we haven't talked about it. We, honest to God, we have not talked about it. But if we did, she'd probably say no. I'd never ask her about it because I know she doesn't want it. But yeah, you know, Mandy's not going to be doing fucking PITT.
She doesn't want to burn her hands. But the thing is, there's never been a connection between the omnibus and Mandy, ever. But people keep bringing it up. Oh my God, omnibus, Mandy. And it's literally like they're pushing our heads together so that we kiss. Like, you know? And it's like, I'm going, at this point, I might as well do the omnibus with Mandy. I mean, because they're going to give it, it's going to happen. It's not going away. They're going to keep bringing it up. And it really pisses me off because she wanted nothing to do with the omnibus, ever. It's a complete falsehood. And it pisses me off because that's what they use to bludgeon people. They're trying to get to even, let's face it. So I've created this giant lump of lead that they can bludgeon with. And that's my fault. I feel bad about it. But everything they say, and I repeat, everything that they say about us is a fucking lie. Because I know the truth. And everything they say is bullshit. Everything they're going to say is bullshit. It's complete. How could they know they don't know any details. There's no way they could. We don't talk about everything. So yeah, they're just making up shit. And because I have never made a statement before, I've created this vacuum. And nature abhors a vacuum. So they put all their stuff in that vacuum to build their own narrative. And I'm here to say it's all bullshit because I've never said it. All that shit is bullshit. It's all lies. And I could probably go on, but I don't like talking. So I'll probably do a part 2, I guess. I just wanted to make an official statement and just put to rest all this bullshit from my side. And my side is the truth.
Damn, dude.
Her reaction to it too, like, oh, Dale, you should do more videos like that. Really, it was so good. It was so good, Dale. I'm sorry, it's total fucking junkie logic. All of this, the whole goddamn stream from Mandy and Dale, including Dale's little video, was all just fucking junkie logic. Because the only people it makes any sense to are the fucking junkies. Not the rest of us. Not the rest of us. The rest of us see a difference between Mandy, Dale being tied to Mandy's shit because Mandy's a whore, in my opinion, Mandy, versus the omnibus. Nobody's tied the omnibus to him and Mandy, except that Mandy literally was like in my opinion, one of the reasons why it didn't happen. But it wasn't because this weird way they make it sound like Mandy's wrapped around the omnibus. So now we've talked about it. She really don't want to do it. She don't. But can I remind everybody what Mandy was when she came into Comicsgate? Yeah, it's been a long time, huh? It's been a really long time since we've seen this Mandy. Or this Mandy, ready for war campaign in her bathtub. I know. Crazy. And then I found this. Oh, I found one of the, I tied it with the video. Unfortunately, the video, I didn't have time to really look around for one without the D&V watermark on it, and I apologize for that. But yeah, this was the first Mandy video I believe that I had gotten. And as I was going through Twitter and then into Twitter, some archives of Mandy's tweets, which I'm really surprised there aren't more of. And I think I may have archived this in the first place. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the tweet. That is the meme that Black Daddy created that caused all of the consternation back in the day. Was from that video of Mandy bent over for Kyle. That image was the one that she blamed on Shay and Cyborg Valkyrie and tried to get everybody to believe. And we even covered it. We said, if this is true, it's fucked up. But it turns out it wasn't true. This is the image she was talking about that was in the meme. So she had to make up this lie about this video, about this fucking video, and this picture coming from Cyborg Valkyrie, because she couldn't admit the picture came from her video with Kyle. And then she comes up, she's all mad, she's hot, she's pissed. Yep, keep lying to protect your own, Ro. I thought you were better than this. The problem here is that I have all the DMs that prove otherwise, and Ethan does too. This is back in 2020. And you have nothing but stolen and leaked videos, and you're allowing it to happen within your group. So, here is a list of everyone I've worked with. So how have I paid for anything in nudes? Like I said, I've never taken a nude. Good thing too, apparently. Now, we know that's a fucking lie. We know that's a fucking lie. Dean found them. Dean posted one on Twitter and made the bitch run away for almost 2 months. And then she tops it with, oh, that's right, Ro. You're full of shit. Gotcha. No, Mandy. Ro was full of shit a lot. He was full of a lot of shit. But this time it was you. And then she goes into another thread. It was a man of sex had posted it, something about freeing Black Daddy. I've done nothing but support CG and even praised WC the entire way. Yes, she did. Why y'all would try to do this shit to me is beyond fathoming. Surely one of you can muster an answer. And then Peter Gilmore, well, Black Daddy clearly does, thinks it's okay to do this shit. It's fucking not. And Mandy says, those screenshots from revenge videos Mr. Black Daddy wants to put out there for everyone. So now we went from, I didn't do shit. I never sent anything to Kyle, but that's revenge porn because that picture came from one of the videos I sent to Kyle. Make up your fucking mind. Either you did nothing or it's revenge porn. And we all know what it is. It's you in your fucking shorts, bent over for Kyle. But we're supposed to believe that you didn't do nothing? Really? Nothing? Because this is saying you did shit, Mandy. This is saying you were doing shit. You were sending this shit to Kyle. Like, what the fuck? Apparently, apparently any clip from this is revenge porn. At least according to Mandy. It boggles my fucking mind. Now that we had a little interlude, I think we can get back into the rest of the Mandy video, and then we'll go over... actually, no. I think we'll go over... No, we'll definitely do the video first. I'm still trying to have... still having internal dialogue about order here, but we'll go ahead and we'll do this.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It looks like
A video, and they have been promoting it for weeks, maybe a week, maybe more. The new video that has come out, again from Alice Matt, who does not know what the fuck he's talking about. So this is a guy that...
No, it is generally true that Elasmat doesn't know what he's talking about. And I will readily admit that I have not watched Elasmat's video about the PITT, quote, omnibus. I've tried watching Elasmat in the past. I can't do it. His documentaries, I sit there and I watch them, and as I watch them, I'm like, that's not right. Oh, you just changed the timeline. Oh, wait, but that's not how that happened. And so I have not watched it. I have no idea if his accuracy has gotten any better. He did take it down to correct something. He apparently, from what I understand, spoke with PTP, quotes him directly in the thing. So one would hope that Elasmat got enough right. My fear, and I'm probably correct, is Elasmat got just enough wrong to make all of the nitpickers and Comicsgate people say see and discredit the whole thing, even though most of the stuff that would have been in Elasmat's video came from everywhere else, because he mostly sources them from Kiwi farms. Just saying.
The beginning of his comics had to do with being in a back room, kind of bullying people into promoting his book by threatening to drink the bleach. And I'm literally saying that. So he got lots of promotion in the beginning, because if his book didn't do well, he was going to Minecraft himself. That is not a joke. That is not an exaggeration. I was in these back rooms. I don't feel like I owe, nor do...
No, it was a gag, actually. I can't believe I have to defend fucking Elasmat, but it was a gag. It is a gag he carried for years. It is a gag that he carried onto the Trash Compactor show and his own channel. And he would sit there and talk about drinking bleach. It became such a gag that he once accidentally did drink bleach. Honestly, actually drank bleach on accident. So no, Mandy, he wasn't going to commit suicide by drinking bleach if nobody bought his book. Unfortunately, that was not going to happen.
As Dale owe these people a goddamn thing at all. So I'm only going to, hit on a few things from that video. There is some stuff at Shane at the end. Now, I know what really happened there, but I feel like it is not my place to discuss what happened between Shane and Renee, what happened there. But it is not at all the way they are trying to, build this. As usual, that is not how that happened.
I watched what happened with Shane and Renee. We covered it on the channel. He was drunk off his ass, said some inappropriate shit. She left the stream, went to her own channel. He demanded to come on and said a bunch more inappropriate, bigoted, anti-Asian shit, which surprised me considering, Yanzi. We all saw it happen. You can't, I don't know what Elasmat said happened, but you can't say that that's not what occurred. We all saw it.
So I will talk about some of the stuff that they talk about with me and Dale. Now, one of the things that they brought up are messages that Dale sent to, I think it was, who was that to? Was that would have been to,
Phil?
was it PTP or was it Phil?
I believe
think Phil. So let me explain to you guys what has been going on. I don't do drama. Most of you guys know that I try to stay the fuck away from it as humanly possible. I just want to be left the fuck alone to do my books.
She just wants to be left alone to do her books. And she don't do drama. But she's going to sit here and she's going to conflate everything. She's going to conflate Phil with PTP. She's going to get you so fucking confused you don't know who she's talking about. But the only thing you do know is as you watch the stream, and you guys can all go and watch it. It's still on Mandy's channel. It was only an hour long. It was nice and short. How incredibly fucking controlling she is throughout the entire thing. That came across, Mandy.
It's pretty much where I'm at. So a lot of this shit has been building over the years. During the time that those messages were written, we had PTP messaging Dale every single day. Now, I've seen these messages, so they are 100% there.
Where are they? Where the fuck are they? I am sick and tired of Mandy coming out here and making her goddamn fucking accusations without showing a single goddamn receipt. I've seen the screenshots. I have screenshots. This took place in my DM group, and I took screenshots of it, and you never fucking show them. And then you're going to sit there and you're going to say you debunked everything and you've totally proven your case just by saying it. Bitch, I want to see the screenshots. You've seen the DMs. Put them out there. Let's see every goddamn text message where they're manipulating him. Let's see every single screenshot from when Phil Diaz was embarrassed about being catfished by a dude. You're the only one that's ever made the claim. Apparently there are other people in that group, but the only one who makes the claim is Mandy, with no screenshots. Yet again, it's the Liam maneuver.
He would sort of back up my fears. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was jealous, he would like, yeah, you should be jealous. You know? He would kind of like fuel that, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it would make it worse. And I go, God damn, we're right. She's wrong. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it was like a numbers thing. Pretty easily influenced.
He's pretty easily influenced, you guys, but Dale does whatever Dale fucking wants. That's what they told us in the last clips. Dale does what Dale wants, but he's easily influenced.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, you
She knows he's easily influenced.
guys, Dale was having a lot of fun back then.
And
a ton of fun.
I would never do that now.
And the amount of dope and the amount of booze and the amount of everything he was doing is something you fucking giggle at. Look at the man. Look at him. This man is dying. That wasn't me laughing, by the way. But this man looks like Skeletor. I mean, I thought I had lost a significant amount of weight that I couldn't afford to lose. But even my cheekbones haven't hit that angle yet.
I know you would.
I'm a completely different person. I'm not a psychologist, but I was a different person back then.
Back then, he was a different person back then. Now keep that in mind. He was so different back then. And you can guarantee you that he's different now.
Yeah, what they did was they got Dale while he was drinking and would message him things like, me and Shane would be doing like a promo stream, and Patrick would be messaging him saying, oh, look, she never laughs at your jokes like that. Look, she's in love with Shane. Shane and Mandy, lovey-dovey top. And
Where are they, Mandy? Show them. Just plop them on a fucking table. Let's see. Show your hand.
shit like that, and fire Dale up. And then Dale would get jealous and angry and mad, and then would vent to.
Yeah, Patrick wasn't the only one doing it.
Who else was doing it?
I was getting it from Phil, and even people that aren't even comics. So I was getting it.
Wow. Yeah.
So, just real quick, I have also heard that Dale didn't want to have anything to do with Gemshock. He didn't want to do pages for Gemshock. I heard that the picture Mandy used for the cover was just like a gift, a pinup gift from Dale to Mandy, and she's the one that decided to use it as a cover before it was even inked. That's why originally on that goddamn campaign it was a pencil. I'll have it inked. I'll have it colored. It was colored by Kyle Ritter. And then it got even creepier after Kyle colored it, because like he did this weird flesh tone shit with the anyway. All I know is the picture that Kyle Ritter colored of the Dale Keown cover for Mandy's book made the Twitter algorithm think she was fucking naked. I'm sorry. Mandy's a fucking something blocked out who had me convinced that you were behind her cloud hack. She, yeah, this was him blaming Phil for Mandy's nudes that were found by Dean. That's what Mandy told Dale. Because Mandy was always straight up with Dale. She never took advantage of the fact that he was always fucking drunk or high to send him spiraling. No. Mandy would never do that. Mandy would never try to destroy Dale's relationship with Phil by claiming that Phil released her nudes, which he never did.
People were trying to like get Dale angry at me and shit like that. So there was a lot of that going on. Now this went on through the whole working on Gemshock. This was a constant thing. Like
bitch, your book is now 2 years late. It was on Indiegogo for over a fucking year in demand, and including the campaign. So everything in the last 3 fucking years happened during Gemshock. Everything. Because we're still waiting for the fucking book you haven't put out. The one that's gone to the printer twice. Twice you've updated that it went to the printer. So yes, I'm sorry everything happened during Gemshock.
No idea that my friend was angry because my campaign hit 100K. I was unaware that he was trying to get Gemshock canceled, so I would have to refund everybody their money by kissing Dale off at me and get Dale to where, it would be.
Mandy's campaign took months. Took like, she was waiting to hit 6 figures, young lady, before she closed that campaign, and she waited 4 fucking months. And finally, you think she's going to close it down because it's getting pretty close to due. The goddamn book is almost due. And then Mandy announces additional pages drawn by Dale Keown in an effort to get her book over 100,000 K. Yes. Sorry, 100K. It's late. I've been talking a long time. That's what fucking happened. Now, would it be normal? I assumed Mandy was manipulating Dale. Mandy was taking advantage of Dale to get those 4 fucking pages for him to draw that he didn't want to draw because he didn't want to fucking do the cover in the first place. So yeah, I would imagine that maybe somewhere in someone's DMs was some concern that maybe Dale was being taken advantage of so Mandy could hit 100K on her fucking Gem-Shock book.
Canceled. I did not know that any of that was happening.
Of course.
Watch who you trust, you guys. There's
I
some
didn't know
fucking
either.
snakes. There's snakes in the grass, y'all. And so I'm just waiting for them to get here. I am like this far away from filling that bad boy. So I'm really fucking excited. So for all of you guys that are, all you antis out there that are like, she's never going to fulfill. She's never going to. You can kiss your money goodbye. Fuck you guys. They're on the way. And y'all are gonna, I mean, don't get me wrong. I won't get an apology. Y'all won't even be like, damn, I was wrong. Because that's not how you guys operate. But you're fucking wrong. It's coming. So, you know,
You're not getting apologies because nobody has fucking said that. Nobody is out there saying you're never going to get Gem-Shock. Everybody's out there going, when the fuck are we going to get are they going to get Gem-Shock? But nobody has even intimated that she is not going to eventually fulfill this campaign.
it is what it is with Patrick. But he was in Dale's ear trying to get Gem-Shock canceled.
You know what's really weird about me when I do that?
What's that?
I get very dramatic and creative.
Me
Like
too.
I make up stories and fucking shit.
He makes up stories and shit, and she giggles at it. So Dale lies. When are we supposed to know when Dale is telling the truth? How do we know that Dale is telling the truth? I mean, it seems to me Dale's not even sure when Dale has told the truth.
So another thing that they mentioned in there was about how apparently at some point I told Dale, you're not allowed to be around Remy.
Right.
I'm calling teetotal bullshit. I have never paid Remy any fucking attention, like ever.
I'm sorry. But wasn't there some big huge fucking fit over Rainey and Allie and Tampa Bay Comic-Con? Some accusations of Allie destroying Mandy's books. Her and Rennie did it together. I seem to know, but Mandy, she's never ever had a problem with it, with Rennie at all. Never mind that woman is talented and pretty and funny. Yeah, all the things that Mandy is not is Rennie. Rennie was going to be part of Ballers when Mandy took her fucking 2-month hiatus because of Dean. So I think Mandy has quite the axe to grind when it comes to Rennie.
That was my
Also,
suggestion to Dale.
if I was drinking, a lot of times I would say yes to covers because I was drunk. I didn't want to do that. And then I would forget I said yes to a cover.
Does anybody here believe that Mandy didn't know that if Dale was drunk, she could get him to agree to shit, like extra pages in her Gemshock book?
So I would just go. Because, you know,
So-
I say some crazy shit when I get drunk.
Yeah.
And I've made
So-
promises. Usually I try to follow through on my promises. I mean, I think I have, but I haven't agreed to things when I was drunk,
Right.
which is,
So-
it isn't even legally binding when you're drunk, you know?
No, but by God, they're going to hold you to it.
Oh, yeah, it's all.
They are going to
it's
hold
all-
you to that shit.
It's all
So-
word of mouth.
Let me say again, let me reiterate this. Dale does whatever the fuck Dale wants to do. There is nobody controlling Dale, and it is incredibly insulting to him when y'all say that shit, as he said in this video that we just watched.
So did you see like how much she answers for him? She guides the conversation. She'll interrupt him when he's about to say something that he probably fucking shouldn't. It is so weird to watch. So weird.
But as he's already said, it is incredibly fucking insulting to him when y'all say that. Nobody controls Dale.
Sorry, the audio.
Yeah,
Would
it's
you
all-
like to talk on that at all, or do you feel like
Right.
you got that out of
No,
your
I just,
system?
it comes from me not making statements and not telling people how my side of it.
You know, I get that, like, the Cenobite was telling you, dive deeper, dig deeper into Mandy. Dig deeper, find out more. All right, let me tell you, you don't have to deep dive me, hun. I would tell you on the surface level
Right.
that I'm that cunt.
No, Mandy. I'm that cunt.
So there you go.
That cunt is me. Mandy don't tell you shit. Mandy gonna lie to your face when you have all the evidence right there in front of her. She will still lie to your fucking face. A good cunt is honest.
And I am picking up the grenade that has been the omnibus. You guys, they have been holding this omnibus over Dale for
Yeah.
2 years. Where anybody that picks this thing up and goes to do it is going to be accused of all of this shit that they're, oh, you destroyed it the first time.
And I'm sorry about the audio sync. This was actually the entire video, and I just didn't have time to completely fix it.
You fucked it up for Phil. You fucked it up for PTP. You fucked it up. They're already accusing me of that shit. I'm already taking the hit for it, so fuck it. I'm doing
You're welcome,
it.
Glenn.
Yoo-hoo!
So there you go. That's me.
Did you hear that, everyone?
There you go.
It is now official. Right now, it's official that we're doing the omnibus together.
We are.
I
We
mean,
are.
and it's funny because it was like their idea.
Yeah, no,
wanna-
that's the funny thing.
I
You
want to
guys,
thank. I want to thank them. Thank you.
yep. You guys, I had no intention of doing this. None. But
Sure she didn't.
It's like, let's just do it.
yep, now I am. So there you go. Y'all forced me
Yeah.
to do it. So I hope y'all are happy. I hope
Yeah.
y'all are happy for me. And I hope you're happy for Dale.
Yeah,
So-
I'm happy for me.
I'm happy for you,
Yeah,
Dale.
thank you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, right? So me and Dale are going to be doing all of our live streams together. We're going to be promoting together. Dale and I are going to be almost inseparable. Isn't that what you guys wanted? So there you go. Y'all are going to get it.
You got it.
Like I said, Comicsgate, super couple. I mean, from Dale's video where he says we've never talked about it to an hour later, Mandy announcing that she's going to be publishing this. It is such a weird op, right? Like, could they have made it any more of a conspiracy theorist dream? Probably not. Probably not. But it's going to be hard for them to defend themselves after all of this because it's just so fucking wonky. And why the fuck does Mandy not have agency to not do the fucking omnibus? We had to talk her into it, really? Because let me tell you what it feels like to me. I watched this video live as it happened, and all I saw was Ponzi funding. Hear me out. Hear me out. Last year, Mandy grossed around $36K grossed on one campaign from that weirdo Clint Holinsky. Yeah. What was it? Super Dead 2 or something lame like that. And the year before was the year of the Peter Gilmore Vampire Hunter book. So literally she made no fucking money last year. And she's got Gemshock sitting there that's been to the printer twice. Gemshock. Now she has to pay Dale. Maybe, unless he's, probably not. He probably did it as a fucking favor. But she had to have it recolored. Unless he recolored it as a fucking favor. But I do not believe that she has any of that money left after 3 fucking years. There's no way. Do you know the tax ding you get if you've still got the money the next time you have to file your fucking taxes? You have to spend that shit. Like, you literally have to spend it, or you take another tremendous tax hit. Which maybe she did. I don't know. But I know the $36K she made last year isn't going to help her get fucking Gemshock out. Get Gemshock out. If you hadn't said it was going to the printer twice, I might believe that you literally are doing this just because you want to help fucking Dale. Nah, I'd never believe that of Mandy. Who the fuck am I kidding? Yes, we covered that at the time, Edwin, of Gemshock being similar to Jailbait. That is why Mandy had to have it recolored, because the OC was too close and Tidal Wave was going to sue her. Yeah. Now, all of the perks on the campaign were not recolored, just the book. So who knows? Who knows? They're going to do no signups for this PITT book. What? Why no signups? And then, they're probably only going to put it on fucking Indiegogo, where it's going to make no money, because nobody outside of Comicsgate is going to go to fucking Indiegogo. They're going to do it in 5 volumes. Why? Why the fuck would you do it in 5 volumes? This makes absolutely no sense. I know why they're doing just 1 now. They're doing the first volume of 4 books now because that's the only one that's been scanned. That was already done. But you don't even need that. Dale. You don't look like, and I mean this in the nicest possible fucking way. You do not look like you have much longer on this planet. You are about to spend the next 5 years of your life with Mandy's claws digging into your back, with all of Comicsgate sitting the fuck on top of you, being manipulated by everyone from Ethan to Mandy to Shane to John Malin. Walk the fuck away. Have your agent, have an attorney, contact Image, and get the file from Image. Do you think they no longer have the digital files that they sent to the printer? I bet you they fucking do. And I know your relationship with them is shit. I understand. Believe me, I get it. but send an actual legal request. Then take those files, go straight over to fucking Eric July and have him put together a real fucking omnibus. Because anybody can go onto eBay and get trades of PITT. They can go onto eBay and buy the fucking issues. They don't need some Comicsgate fucking shit that's not going to make you nearly enough money. Not nearly enough money, or the money that you actually deserve for your fucking work. Take the books that you get from Rip Ascend, eventually put it on Kickstarter. You can even do it at the same fucking time. Put it on Kickstarter with a variant cover. Add additional art. New original art. Put that fucker on Amazon. Why think goddamn, excuse me, why are you all thinking so fucking small? Oh, we'll put these 5 volumes on Indiegogo over the course of the next 5 years instead of doing something like we actually fucking mean it. Like we actually want Dale to be okay. Like we actually want Dale to make some fucking money because he's going to die soon. While we sit here and laugh about him drinking more, while we make sure that he's tied to us with this salamandroid fucking book. Just run the fuck away, Dale. Save yourself. And I mean this in the most sincere fucking way possible. And not just because I dislike Comicsgate, but because I've seen what has happened to you from the time you got here till now. Dude, look at yourself. Actually look at what you look like in that video. And don't go, oh, it's just bad lighting. It's just bad lighting and it's overcompressed. No, it's not. Dude, not 2 years ago, you were on stream raging about the Hulk being raped by Marvel and knocking over your piss bottle. And I don't believe that things have gotten that much better. Take your fucking book and run away and put out a real goddamn omnibus that people will actually fucking buy in places where people will actually fucking buy it. Yeah, sure, Diamond's declaring bankruptcy. You can still list in fucking previews and get your book out into goddamn local comic book shops. You can get your book into fucking Walmart. You could get an actual real omnibus out anywhere. Better yet, restrict 250 signed copies. That's all you'll ever do. And those fuckers will actually be worth money for somebody down the road. And people will actually buy that shit. Make a real fucking decision. None of this mamby-pamby Ponzi scheme, Ponzi funding so Mandy can print fucking Gemshock. He is basically a baby with his bottle now. He's not control over his own self, let alone over his own work. Well, he hasn't had control over his own work for a long fucking time. And I mean a long time. I don't know if Dale thinks he still has digital copies of his book, but he doesn't. And the only way he's gonna have them is if he goes and he contacts Image on bended fucking knee, begging for those files because you know they don't really want to give them to him. And after listening to Mandy and listening to Dale, you know, tell me, does this sound like Dale's being thoroughly fucking manipulated? Right? All I see is DMs where Dale isn't getting promoted by Ethan, where he's trying to get promoted. Dale putting up his fucking book on Indiegogo, and he's sitting there on Kings. He's got the goddamn link in the private chat, and Ethan ignores it. Who's manipulating who? Who is manipulating who here? right? And then you've got the fight. Of course you got the fight. He fucked it up. Shit. Can we fix it? Shane sent a link because they all did this. They did this backroom thing. And which was just dumb. You all just should have just walked away, not even tried to have that fucking conversation. I'm sorry. I understand why you did. But he's got to get dressed to go to a video chat where he doesn't even have to show his own fucking picture. He called Whitney a slimy, grifting whore. And PTP says he's embarrassed for Dale. And I would be too. Because Dale, of course, he feels terrible. Whitney didn't deserve all that. PTP didn't deserve it. And he'll 100% finally get around to signing the books he was supposed to sign for PTP, who knows how many months prior. And Whitney, even after being called a fucking whore, is like, hey, she still wants to help you, man. But this is 3 days before PTP is supposed to have his heart surgery. How much shit is he supposed to deal with? The sign-ups, the book, the whole campaign fucking blew up because Malin was in PTP's ear after Indiegogo had doxed him and they had to make some changes in the campaign page itself. Ethan never even, according to Dale, Ethan didn't even send me the link to explain my side of the story. It was just John and Ethan assassinating PTP. And then Dale admits that he deserves to be punched in the mouth too, and that he's never felt this bad in his entire life. And I know all these DMs are not in any particular order. I was just trying to pair them up together so they made sense. And to show you guys what was going on here. Right? This you guys is the example of PTP totally manipulating Dale. Dale says he's just going to draw a book for Ethan and lay low. Mandy can find another cash cow because he's done. And yeah, wow, PTP agreed and say she will. Because she'll do that thing that she does, that thing we've all seen Mandy do, all of us, over the course of years. And I can just imagine what it was like in the back. Mandy thinking she's going to be doing a book with Shane, good luck. Why would he work with a second-rate amateur on a 50-50 split? Not likely. And of course, PTP is right. It was about control. It was about Mandy controlling Dale. And Dale rightfully calls Mandy a skank. And, he'd been even Dale was calling Mandy out on her bullshit. And she was cornered. And think about how fucked up that is. I was doing free work for her, and she was venting about me behind my fucking back. What the fuck? Oh, don't forget about contacting his mom. Then she bitched to his mom because he wasn't doing work. Oh, nasty message about how her son was this goddamn alcoholic and he was abusive to women. Okay. PTP says he feels for Dale. And Dale admits that he's walked right into it, and he still walks right into it. And he's doing it right now with this Ponzi funding with the PITT books. And yeah, I agree with PTP when he says that Dale had been massively disrespected in Comicsgate. It was hard for me to see shit when I was in the fog. Yeah. Because that's what happens when you get out from underneath Comicsgate. You can finally fucking see it. And I have this theory, and is most of those guys, when they first join CG and they first end up on the Kings, for them it's like a once a week thing. They end up sitting there, they have to sit on fucking Ethan's stream, pay their tithe, whatever. But aside from that time that they were on Ethan's stream, they don't pay attention to any of the shit going on. None of it. Because they're all busy fucking doing their books. Unlike Ethan, who's still worrying about the drama and running around on all the smaller channels, hanging out in the slums. They know what everybody's fucking saying. Ethan knows what everybody's fucking saying. But these guys, they don't know shit. They're halfway disconnected. Like PTP, I imagine, completely disconnected from what's going on. Maybe Billy Tucci, completely completely not engaged with any of the drama that goes on in Comicsgate. The same with Lepresti. All those CG kings except for Malin and fucking Shane, because they need the drama too. So by the time they pick their head up and they look around and it's the shit we've been seeing and talking about forever, they don't know, because they weren't paying any fucking attention, because they were all busy doing their fucking work. And then when they broke it up, PTP told him all the assets are ready. He can start up his own account on Indiegogo and get his own and do his own fucking shit. Dale screams at him never to talk to him again. And PTP nicely says he's going to make a post saying the campaign's canceled and that, Dale can go do whatever the fuck he wants. Dale just wants his money. That's it. He just wants the money straight into his account, which is a problem on Indiegogo. And I don't know if anybody tried to explain this, but if your money is going into a foreign bank, which would be Canada because that's where Dale lives, they charge you extra fucking money. You lose money doing that. PTP says he's going to take down the project. He's going to be having surgery. And then Dale is back to even more apologizing. I'm sorry this happened. I've had people take advantage of my good nature in the past. People got under my skin and I was triggered. If there's anything I can do, just tell me. We should still launch. These people are fucking crazy. Not PTP, I don't think. But Dale. Like, they got Dale worked the fuck up. And I don't mean PTP or his wife. I mean everybody else. Shane, Mandy, Malin. Totally confusing this guy. And Dale says he feels terrible. Whitney didn't deserve it. Oh, I think I already got that one too, where he deserves to be punched in the mouth. Sorry, I had a couple duplicates. And then we have Dale saying perspective. PTP, yes. I thought everyone was cool and friends, but everyone hates each other. Crabs in a bucket. Dale. She sent me a bunch of DMs, but I deleted the conversation without reading them. I did ballers, but I fake it. I have to get drunk. PTP, haha, someone said you took your wang out. And I remember this episode of Ballers. And Dale said he didn't. He was wearing sweatpants, or he didn't have any clean sweats, so he was wearing long underwear. Maybe it was winter and it was cold in the house and he doesn't have the money for heat. And then he talks about how he's tweaking the cover of Gemshock to avoid any trademark issues and doing the work for free. And the cover looks better now. He loves coloring. Kyle loves coloring too. Actually, a lot of people like coloring. That's why coloring books do really, really fucking well on Amazon. If anybody needs a quick little way to raise some money. It's work, but it doesn't feel like it. When John calls me a precious creature, I'm pretty sure he's calling me stupid. Yes, Dale, he's calling you stupid. He is calling you stupid. Because he knows. He knows he can manipulate you. Just like Mandy manipulated you. Just like she's manipulating you now. Just like Ethan did when he convinced you to join fucking CG. Just like everybody else he convinced to join fucking CG. And here in this DM, Dale's even saying he doesn't even bother opening Mandy's DMs at this point in time. It's going to be paragraph after paragraph of her calling him an asshole. And he doesn't need that shit because he's an old man. And yeah, he is. And as that old man, he should be allowed to have his own fucking book with his own fucking money and a real campaign that's not even a campaign. Just sell the goddamn thing. Just actually sell the book, Dale. That's all. It's all you have to do. I can put you in touch with someone else if you don't want to go to Rippasend. I know someone that can do it. I don't know if they'd be willing to cut you any kind of fucking deal, but I know someone else who would do it. Just save yourself, man. Just save your fucking self. And that's all I have tonight. Yeah. Feels like a lot. I feel like I've been talking for a really, really long time. I have no exciting stories about life in a small town here that I like to close the stream out with, so I'm just not gonna. But you all have a great weekend. Or week. God, see? It's been way too long. I think I need to eat something. Everybody have a fabulous week. Thank you for joining me. I don't know what we'll be talking about next time. Oh, next week we get to see how many people actually backed Ethan's new Heather Swain project in the first 24 hours. You know that son of a bitch will probably launch it on a Sunday just so I can't do it, just so I can't report on his first 24-hour numbers. It would be just like him. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up, and we'll see you later.